China's top diplomat is in Washington for talks with officials, and they're hoping that China can use its influence with Iran and the region as a whole to halt the conflict or to rein it in. But how much influence does China have in the Middle East, do you think?
I think to the extent that China can do something the U.S. and Europe cannot, it may be with influence on Iran, as you just alluded. The U.S. and the West don't have a history of successfully nudging Iran to go where they want it to go. Perhaps the more important player right now in the Middle East in this conflict is Qatar. Because if I can think of one player that truly can influence what happens in Gaza, the future of Hamas, it would be Qatar, that provides funding for sanctuary to, and in general, support regarding Hamas. Both Qatar and Iran certainly have leverage on Hamas, and I think that is the pivot point because I cannot see that much to be done with Israel. I mean, Israel, in the wake of the massacre of 1,400 people at a level of butchery that is almost unimaginable, has kind of decided that they no longer are prepared to tolerate Hamas being in power in Gaza. That is different from previous circumstances where negotiators might have stepped in. So, you know what? China can help if they come up with a really brilliant idea. Right now, no one has.
How is China viewed in the Middle East?
China is viewed as a country that has tremendous resources that it can bring to bear and an obvious interest in expanding its influence around the world. So, yes, if China were able to help, I think there would be a considerable degree of willingness, also on the part of Israel, that has grown closer to China in recent years, to allow China to help. But as said, I, at the moment, don't much see what they can do other than, other than in the long term, to initiate major investments, in particular in the Palestinian territories, not just Gaza, but the West Bank as well, that might move the needle on politics in Palestine, um, and bring pressure to bear, in particular, I think, on Qatar more than Iran,